Alright, I promise you a game review for Colton. Well, Colton. I really don't have much to say for Colton for BigPoint.com, because at first, when I first tried loading it, I had connection problems. As soon as the game loaded up and I got into the game, it says, please reconnect. I'm going, okay, so I reconnect. I finally loaded up. Sometimes it took 2 times. So I don't know if that's me or if that's the way the game is. I don't know. But I was level 9 before I gave up. And I've yet to see other players. And the global chat, dead and silent. I wonder if there's anyone playing that game no more. There's these lagoons that once you get crystal for them, you are to go in there as a group. Well, you know how I feel about groups. If you see my video blog. But simply, yeah, it made me kind of a good game, but the money issues, you don't get much for loot. The upgrades you gotta have for your ship are high priced, like 8 silver, and your loot is like 6 copper. So you got gold, silver, copper, and if you only get like 6 or 2 for copper, you're not going to get 8 silver anytime soon. So yeah, I had money issues trying to get upgrades for my ship. So there was one quest that I actually had my first upgrade, and I didn't know it because I already spent 8 silver once I finally got it, and was finally able to buy my first upgrade. Only to find out I got it later on in a quest. So that was a waste of money. I could have saved it for my next upgrade. Even essentially, well, no, that's right. It's considered blueprints for your upgrades. So then you have to take it to a wharf and have a person at the wharf, WHARF. You have to have a person build that blueprint, and then you take that. Once it's finally built, it takes like sometimes 2 minutes, maybe more. I only did 1, and then you take the build blueprint and then you add it. So you have to install it. Make sure you install it. Otherwise, if you just put it onto the slot and then just close it out, it's not going to happen. It may not happen. So I made sure I installed it before I closed it out. So it was a fun game, even though some of the creatures would start ganging up on you if you moved around too much and got close to other creatures. But the next map I moved on to kept shooting poison at me, or shooting your repairs on your ship are dropped to 0, so your ship doesn't repair while you're fighting. So your HP simply goes poof pretty fast. Usually you got repairs going slowly while you're fighting, but that's depending on how much damage you receive. But on the next map, the creatures who you fought simply had some kind of special skill that removed that. So yeah, I took on 1, and I went from 200 down to 50 HP. So yeah, I got to level 9, but oh, and I forgot to add to my MMORPG video blog. Ugh. Well, it doesn't always work, but if you go into a map and a certain level, try to constantly beat creatures until you are at the max level for that map. Like 1 level up above that map, something like that. So That's what I try to do. At first, it's easy, but once you get to higher levels, it's not so easy. You spend like hours trying to loop. Anyways, to Colton, let's see. There ain't really much to add to Colton. You had a choice of whether you can turn on the PvP or not. And well, I like that feature. I do not like PvP, so and I will always make that clear. But yeah, simply you can turn it on and off. It's automatically off when you first start, so that's what I like. I do. So, and also, do not take on quests for a map until you are one level up of that map. So, I'm gonna resist itch. So yeah. It's a pretty good game if you don't mind the fact you're never gonna go to the lagoon. And the fact that you may be the same level as the boss, but don't take him on because yeah, I took on a boss at level 7. I think it was level 8. And I was near death by the time I killed him. But then there's another boss that shoots poison, so you got poison and that creature attacking you at the same time. Well, none other creatures search fire, so I guess I don't know. But essentially, you don't get any more quests until you beat the bosses, it seems like. Because that's the problem I was running into. And since there was nobody around, and the game was pretty much like a ghost town, then really, I couldn't go any farther in the game because I couldn't beat the bosses. There was other quests that I did find in the next map. But one was for the lagoon, which I couldn't do by myself, which you can't do by yourself. It's not recommended. I never went to one, but I don't want to chance it. And they give for the loading screen, they give a tip that you should be in a group, that you shouldn't attempt it alone. So I'm gonna take that hint. I've taken chances before and paid for it, so I'm gonna take the hint and not try it alone. Sometimes it has paid off, but that's rare. So yeah, I recommend Colton. It's just you might have to get a friend to join up because just so that you can get in a group because it's ghost town. So maybe one other players farther up in the game, but I sure didn't see any. It's like being in an area where you say something and it echoes. So yeah, eerie. But I definitely recommend Colton. It's a good game. You should plan to have someone else join up if you're going to ever be in a group or a guild, or is it called factions on that one? I don't know. Games have different names for guilds, so I don't know. But it's called on that one. So that's my review on Kultan. Kultan. I may not be sounding that right. Anyways, take care and have a good day.